So now we're going to teach you how to stretch out your adductors. And the adductors are muscle groups, same as the quads, same as the hamstrings. There's a lot of different muscles that make up what we call the adductors. So it's important to stretch them in all three planes, which we'll kind of show you. And as an addition, it's important to stretch them just like your hip flexors in different positions of knee flexion or extension. So first, we're going to take a wide stance. I'll show you how to stretch out your left adductors. The big key here is that we're going to keep our weight on the left side. A lot of people when they stretch their adductors, they're like, oh man, I don't feel a thing. I don't feel a thing at all because all their weight's over here and they're not loaded at all on this left side. Okay? So keep your weight on the left. If I have a pelvis here, I'm going to put my hands on my pelvis bones. You're going to think of moving them this way. You're going to think of moving your pelvis, the side that you want to stretch, towards this opposite knee. Just this alone, just this movement, you should start to feel a stretch on the inside of your groin. Okay? Once you find that stretch, what you're going to do is you're basically just going to move your pelvis in different motions. Pretend there's a clock and you're just playing around with the outside portion of the clock over here. Okay, I'm going to find a little stretch here. Oh, I found it. It's a little tight. I can stay there for a little bit. If not, then I'll move on. And again, I'm just playing around, if you look at my pelvis, with different motions in different areas. And again, we're biasing different parts of our adductor muscle group by turning out in different ways, like so. Okay, this is one version to stretch them. Okay. The second, and if you don't feel it there, you could bend your knee and get in a little bit more adduction on this hip. But again, you have to make sure that your weight's still here. If I'm leaning all over here, I just completely lose the stretch. So if you're going to increase the stretch by bending, keep the weight on the left. My hips are here, and again, I'm just playing around with different rotation. Okay? That's one. The second thing, you can do the same thing kneeling. In a kneeling position, we put some of them on slack, and you're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to shift my weight, shift this towards my opposite knee, and then I could play around with different angles. I could play around with sitting back, with coming up, and you just want to play around with different variations of where you feel the stretch. If you find an area that's stiff or a little bit tighter, a little more sensitive, hang out there for a little bit. Okay, it means you need it, and then come out.